it's going to be that big. It's huge out
Our plan is to go right there and get rained out.
Oh, really?
Yep. We better get after it. It's raining. How's it fit, Mom?
He had to adjust the length of it up as far as he could get it. My legs are so short.
Go down there for a test ride. Let me see you ride it.
Hold the pedal back so you get some stroke.
Oh.
Brand new. Mama riding a EcoTad from electrictrike.com.
Get out there from under the trees and it's raining.
Well, we better stay under the trees then. All right, let's do this. Look at that quad. EcoTad quad. Brother built that thing. Everybody's riding except me. A family ride. Everybody got into triking because of me, because of my dad. You all right back there? It's like Graham Central Station in here. Thought you guys lived in the country. That there is an old Butterfield stagecoach stop. That building right there is old Butterfield stagecoach stop. Historical landmark. Don't look like much. Used to be really nice, kind of run down now. You okay back there? So we're in Peralta, New Mexico. This is where I lived when I was in high school. Parents bought a farm down here. I still live here. And my mom just got first day riding her EcoTad from electrictrike.com. She's right back there. And that's my brother up there riding an EcoTad quad that he built. He sourced all the materials and put it together himself. Laced his own wheels. Isn't that cool? Peralta, New Mexico is 20 miles south of Albuquerque. Down here on the Rio Grande, irrigated. We're riding the Chicala lateral. This irrigation ditch, I spent many nights irrigating out of this ditch right here. 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Rumors is that La Llorona lives here too. How does it feel, Mom? How does it feel?
It'd be nice if it wasn't rub quarry.
If it wasn't what? What's that?
It would be nice if the road wasn't so rub quarry.
What level do you got it in, Mom?
4.
Put it in 1. You're hauling ass through the sand. Stay out of that crap, that sugar sand. It's our first ride. That's cool. See, I'm 60, almost 63, and my mom was 19 when I was born. That's how old my mom is. She's dang near 20 years older than me. She's out riding her Eco-Tad. Anyway, I ran up here this morning with my son, my youngest son, to see Grandma and Grandpa and go see my brother's brand new quad that he built. He sourced all those materials and put them together himself. Pretty impressive. Hydraulic brakes, quad setup. I think those little tires are having a hard time in the sand. Just checking everything over. It's a new build, so let's see. Was it hard to learn how to lace your brims? No, it wasn't hard. I mean, it took me a little while to figure it out, but once you get the pattern down, it's pretty easy. Truing them up is a different story. It's a little bit more difficult, but it's not hard. It's just time consuming. It's a pretty neat rig. I like it so far. I mean, I'm not a bike mechanic by any means, so some things have been challenging, like the hydraulic brakes. Getting them bled out was a pain. Still don't have them perfect, but they're a lot better than they were. I did hydraulic brakes so I could have a T here, so this runs the front, this runs the rear. I thought about doing the double cable method, but I don't know. I think cables could be just as complex because you have to balance out the left and the right side with the cable. I don't know how easy that would be. What defang do you have on the front? This is the BBS02, so it's a 750 watt. What I noticed, that's the first time I ever rode one, when I test drove this thing a while ago, it's quiet. Yeah. My hub's loud. I know in your videos I can always hear your hub motor whining away in the back. And I mean, when I make videos, like when I had it on the bike, I could hear it too, but it's substantially quieter. And the big difference, I think, if you ride this one a little more, when you shift gears, you get all your power back. Oh, nice ride. It's cold today, but I came up from Las Cruces. It was windy down there. It's not windy here, but it's rainy. They get a lot more weather up north. Like I said, I'm 20 miles south of Albuquerque. This is where I spent all my younger days. Hell-raising days. My hell-raising days. Went to Las Lunas High School. Sometimes. It was a crazy place to grow up. There used to be more farming down here. When I was a kid, it was nothing but alfalfa fields. Hey, Mom, is that Polo Garcia's old house? Mom, is that Polo Garcia's old house?
Yes.
If I'm not mistaken, that's the oldest jail in New Mexico, right? With a concrete floor. That's an historical building there too. Okay, we can go. Give it throttle.
Over here on your right hand, Mom, that trigger looking thing.
Yes.
Yeah, push
Pull
it down. Pedal. Do the throttle and pedal.
She's learning. You learning?
Oh yeah.
I'm learning. I'm still learning. I've been doing this. I'm the pro, and I'm still learning.
This thing don't ride too bad on this rough shit.
You want to switch?
Again, we'll try it out.
Yeah, let's switch. I guess we'll get there. We'll catch her when we get there. Good. Welcome to a different world. Now my throttle is different than yours. Where's your throttle?
I put it over here on the left just because the...
Oh, I see it. And your boom's straight. Did you notice mine's up in the air?
Yeah, it is different. You're sitting further down. I do like that thing you put in the front.
What's that?
The cushion.
Oh, the wedge?
Yeah, I can tell the difference.
Yeah, here we go, back to the bucketless bucket seat. Okay, cool. All right.
Ready?
I'll follow you. I'm gonna ride this. I'm gonna ride this quad. Man, the Bufang's quiet. You can't even hear it. Totally different. See, if I went with the Bufang, I'd have to dump my hub and dump my front gear set. And if I did that, I'd go with the roll-off hub. And this thing does nice. I noticed the difference in the tires. These are 24 inch.
Yeah, those are 24.
Hydraulic brakes feel a little different too.
Yeah, I don't know, that front brake, I don't like it yet. I need to work on it more.
So he custom built these rims and put 24 inch knobbies. I don't know what the width is. What's the width on these tires? What's the width on the tires? 2.4? So the fatty up front's a 4, so these are about half the width. They feel pretty good. This little Eco Tad built up. He's got a nice little rig. He did, today's kind of the first real running of it. He just built it. Spent about 3 or 4 weeks building this thing, waiting for parts. I like this. It's nice. Feels different than the Fatty. This doesn't have a suspension, so it's got a more rigid feel, but I think once he puts the wedge in the seat like I did on the Fat Tad, because this bench seat's not comfortable, it doesn't have a bucket. Need a bucket to put your butt in. What we need is more bucket. Yeah, you're gonna like the wedge. That wedge makes it all the difference. That 2-inch wedge makes all the difference in the world. I'm having the same problem in this seat. I got to keep sliding. Everybody's got a dog down here, and they're all mad. Every one of them are pissed off.
I should probably try to find a fatter tire for her bike. Put the widest tire that I can get on there on it.
I don't know if her fenders will work. You might have to look her fenders up. I've been thinking about that on my Trike. If you go to a fatter tire, then the fenders have to be lifted, but I bet we could figure that out.
I think it would be worth it though, because that skinny little tire just don't have no traction around here in this dirt.
No, my Trike's got fatter tires than that thing.
This is pretty push ride here, bro.
Yeah, nice, huh?
Yeah, what do you think of that?
I like it. I like the motor on it, the electric, the butane.
How do you like the fact that you can go over a pothole and you don't go down in it?
Yeah, that's kind of cool. More like a four-wheel drive truck.
I was thinking about getting some like 250-watt hub motors for the front. Having me a four-wheel drive.
That worked. You'll probably do it too, knowing you.
I like it.
Do I turn this off or will it shut itself down?
Shut itself off.
The only thing you need is a wedge.
Well, there's one on the way. It's supposed to be here sometime.
Your rear brake over here is noisy. The pad's hitting.
Yeah.
You know how to, oh, I don't know how to adjust these. They're different.
Yeah, you have to space it out. I spent most of the morning trying to get those rear brakes bled out. There's a lot of line there. So.
And who did you get this from?
That came from Dream Bike. They're from Brazil.
That's a neat setup.
The guy in Brazil is the one that patented this differential. It's got a freewheel here and a freewheel there, so when you pedal, both tires are actively going. It's not like most Trikes have just one wheel powering you. So Utah Trikes build something similar, but they do theirs a little different. They actually flip that all around, and then they space this back, and then they put like a Sturmy or a roll off, and then back with a short chain coming back to the differential. Usually how they build theirs.
What did this run you? The Dream Bike setup.
With shipping and everything, that was, I think it was like $280.
Not bad.
No, I mean, if I had to do it over again, I bought it with the disc brake setup. I would still get the you still want the bracket on there, but you can buy it with just the hubs and this, which is quite a bit cheaper. And knowing what I know now, because I put hydraulic brakes on it, they sent it with cable brakes, right? And
yeah. And you mounted the battery as well, right?
yeah, I got the bracket from Utah Trikes. This bracket here. I may switch the battery to the other side just because the key slot is like hidden back in here.
You know what? All mine are that way. My key slot's on the outside, but to charge it, I have to unrack the battery or swing the bike up and plug it in. It's kind of a dumb the way they all do that.
So this one would be easier to plug in by that because that's right there. The other thing I got from Utah Trikes was the torque arm bracket there, which is...
Which part? Oh, to keep the thing in place?
Yeah, that motor's got enough power that it'll
swing around.
Like when I had it on the bicycle, I didn't get that nut there tight enough. And I was riding in it, and it moved on me quite a bit. Kind of freaked me out. So you got to have something to keep it from spinning. On a bicycle, it would run into the bar on the bottom bracket, right? On this, there's nothing there to keep it from moving.
What are you going to do next?
I want to build my top like you have your top.
But you'll come up with your own design, or are you going to?
Yeah, I'm going to come up with my own design. I had ordered parts, and when they got here and I sat down and started looking at it, I realized, well, that ain't going to work, so I got to dream it up again, you know.
I'll run into the same problem. I talk about that in my my videos, that I engineer stuff. I can't source the material. Sometimes I dream it up, I can't build it the way I wanted to.
I've spent hours just sitting there looking at it, deciding what I was going to do. Like this thing here mounted, and it has a piece of all thread that runs down to here, and I didn't want the all thread showing there, so I went and found a piece of pipe and like 3/8 tubing, and I covered it up, and just I think it looks better, and it's also all thread. You can't rely on all thread because if it bends, it'll break. You know, you can snap it off real easy. It's not I wouldn't want to put any pressure on it.
Tensile strength.
It'll hold, but you can't bend it.
Right. It'll do a pull, but not a bend.
Right. So I think that's a lot.
That's smart.
Safer.
I like heat shrink.
I know.
I love heat shrink.
I like heat shrink too. I want to go back through. I'm going to pull the bike back apart at some point and redo all the cabling and everything, and wire loom it and hide everything. I just wanted proof of concept this time around. And I learned that when I used to paint cars. So we put cars together multiple times, like show cars. We'd put them all together, get them all fitting, and then take it all back apart again, and then paint it and put it back together the last time. Make sure everything's gonna work. Yeah,
you build a street rod that way. You build it, tear it all down, and then you start.
That's what I'm gonna do with this. I'll go back through and as I go back through, after riding it a few times, I'll find out what works, what doesn't, what I want to change.
That's what I do. You're building a custom rig. Mine's not really. You're building a ground up, and I'm building a custom. More like a street rodder.
Well, I'm also a cheapskate, so I bought one of the cheapest things on the market, and
I like it. It felt good. Did you notice the feel of the fat? It's kind of squishy.
Yeah. One of the biggest things that I noticed right off the bat of having the 2 extra wheels in the back is these tires hardly ever break loose. Where on that one it broke loose, on Mom's it broke loose. When I had this as a trike before, I could feel it breaking loose. That's in the sand. You ain't gonna notice that on the street. But around here, And most of the places I want to ride, I'm going to be in the dirt.
Right. Well, work out all the kinks and then we can build mine, or maybe I'll get an EcoTad and build me a
I think
quad.
one with a suspension on the back would be cool. Really cool.
Do they make a quad setup for the fatty? I know Utah builds CSXs.
I think that Utah has one that's set up as a fatty, and to be honest, I would be really inclined to do like a Sturmey or a Shimano, I forget what they call it. I think it's an Alpine or something like that, but they have the hub, internal hub. So you could do like a 3-speed Sturmey with a 7-speed in front of it, and then your gear coming back off to run the differential. And then what that gives you is like you could have the Buffet and still have the same amount of gears. Like you'd have a 21-speed, but with a single up here, right? And then you can gear this out to the gear to give you the best. And because you got those gears back there, you got a low range and you got a high range. I'm kind of stuck with a 7-speed, and I don't like the gearing perfectly right now. My low gear is okay, but if I got anything really steep, I don't have a deep enough gear to pull it without exerting a lot of energy, even with the Buffet. So
Yeah, I notice when I'm off road, I got a lot of gear with all my speeds that I have. I'm putting as much force as my little fatty's putting out to really get through that stuff.
right.
So I got a 1,000-watt hub, 750 watt nominal, and it surges to 1,000, but I'm still pounding it out to get through that deep sugar sand.
So, and that's what the difference between the Buffet would be, is that if I change the gear to my lowest gear, I have that advantage. And as I gear up, the motor's more efficient. It's still going to run what it runs, and it's not pushing harder to do that. So you're going to have a lot longer battery life with this setup, just because you're going through the gearing. Where on the hub motor, all the gearing is for you. It's not for the hub motor. It's all beforehand, right? You're not gaining any real advantage. I mean, when you assist, it still helps, but it's not quite the same.
Get all the kinks worked out.
Well, you know me, I will. Well, I can't leave anything alone, so.
And what's the deal with this thing right here?
That's your speed sensor. You have one on your bike someplace.
I think it's up in here.
Oh yeah, that's it right there.
It's right in here.
I had thought about running that. I mean, you can get that on Amazon. I didn't know if it would work, but now that I know that it works, I might switch over because I think it's cleaner to have that there than.
Yeah, we'll figure it all out. It's kind of fun, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
It's a fun way of getting exercise. Well, I'm hungry. Let's go eat.